I love this fucking club! Oh, what a win once again, what a win. And to be honest, I really wish I recorded my live reactions for that game, especially for that unbelievable last minute goal from Marcos Alonso. What a team this is! I'm going to repeat everything I said in the video against Real Madrid during the week. What a team! And Manchester City well and truly, shitting themselves to play us for a third time under Thomas Tuchel in that Champions League final in 3 weeks' time, because they don't seem to have Thomas Tuchel's number. And of course, the main thing to take from this video is that Manchester City and Pep Guardiola have 3 weeks to prepare and actually try and figure out and find out this Thomas Tuchel system, because they can't seem to do it at this moment in time. I mean, the amount of players we rested, yes, given the fact that City rested a lot of players as well, I do know that. But what a win for Chelsea, man. That, in my personal opinion, is top 4 just secured. I think we probably need one more win. Actually, I think mathematically we need one more win. That is a huge win. A huge, huge win. And there's so much to talk about in this video, which is just absolutely unbelievable, because I thought I was going to go into this video, with nothing to talk about, because, of course, two sides that are really resolute, really good defensively, and probably weren't going to give each other much, space or room to actually try and score goals and create chances. But it was quite the opposite, because what a game it was from in terms of drama, controversy, action, goal-creating chances, goals itself, and overall it had everything. I mean, first of all, I'm going to go through it in spells, and to be honest, I think the first half, for the first 44-45 minutes, was really, really dull. Nothing happened whatsoever, no real chances whatsoever, nobody was actually doing anything, and then it just absolutely completely changed with, unfortunate for Andreas Christensen, it does look like his season is over with that hamstring injury, which is really, really unfortunate, because he's been unbelievable for us in this last few months. But nevertheless, I think it's a really, kind of harsh one for Christensen, because a lot of people will register that as a mistake from Christensen, but it's a really awkward ball over the top, and yeah, really hard to deal with. Jesus goes through, I think it was, puts it across, Aguero with kind of a crappy touch, and Sterling taps it in. And at that stage I was thinking, yeah, right on the brink of half-time, not the time you want to concede whatsoever, and that made even more painful by the fact that 2 minutes later Billy Gilmour gave away a penalty. Of course, Billy Gilmour, who actually started today, which is absolutely magnificent, which we will get onto. A really harsh penalty in my personal opinion, really, really soft, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I think City were actually robbed of a penalty in the 89th minute or something, and there's actually more of a penalty, the one that wasn't given, than the one that was given, because for the one that was given, Gabriel Jesus literally just jumps into Gilmour. Yes, it is a bit of a clumsy tackle from Gilmour, but it's really soft, because Jesus literally just jumps into Gilmour and goes down, gets a penalty for it. Then of course, Sergio Aguero, thinking he's Eden Hazard, of course Eden Hazard, that penalty he took in the Carabao Cup final in the penalty shootout, when he absolutely done, I think it was Ederson to bits, or it could have been someone else, I'm not sure who the goalkeeper was, but yeah, honestly, Sergio Aguero, massive fail from him. Edouard Mendy, Sir King Edouard Mendy IV, that would have been an absolute, tragedy. It would have been horrendous to go into half-time 2-0 up, or 2-0 down, sorry, especially with the fact that for the first 45 minutes it was 0-0 and nothing happened, and we did kind of control City. And to be honest, when City, when we went into the second half, I was thinking, oh, it's going to be one of those days, because City, for the first, hour or so, were defending really, really well. I mean, Laporte was absolutely brilliant, Ruben Diaz was brilliant, that back three seemed to be really, really solid and compact, and I couldn't find a way where we were actually going to break this City back three down, to be honest, with Ake as well, of course, being the third centre-back. And then, of course, Hakim Ziyech getting a really good goal, a brilliant finish into the bottom right corner, the bottom left corner if you're taking it from Ederson's perspective, but Azpilicueta drops it back to him, and Ziyech absolutely buries it. Brilliant finish. And at that stage I was thinking, do you know what, we'll take a draw, we'll go home with a draw. It's not the worst result by any stretch of imagination. But of course, in the 94th minute of the game, Marcos Alonso, who of course, whenever he plays, especially in big games, always seems to play as that, second striker, if you like. For some reason, he just has the instincts of a striker. He got into the box once again, and to be honest, I think really good work from Hudson-Odoi. He could have easily, passed it back to Reece James if you watched the goal again. He could have easily taken the easy option, but goes around two players, puts a really good ball into Werner, who does really well to kind of sell the dummy to, I think it was Zinchenko or someone was marking him, but whoever it was, Werner did excellent to sell the dummy, looked like he was going to stop, then sped up again, put it back to Marcos Alonso, a bit of a poxy finish overall, but who cares? Who gives a toss? Because Chelsea, with a smash and grab in all senses, even though I think we were kind of the better team overall to a certain extent, and yeah, a massive result, especially given the significance of this match in terms of the City team we're playing against. Yes, I know the lineups were really strange, and to be honest, before the game I was thinking, it was it was like both teams were setting up as if it was a Carabao Cup 5th round tie or something like that, because both teams resting a lot of players. It was really, really weird. And yeah, even though, you know, that is the case, City, of course, if they had won today, would have claimed the Premier League title for, I think, the 4th or 5th time in their history. But yeah, it's a massive, massive result considering the fact that City, of course, could have won the league, as I said. So overall, huge 3 points, in my personal opinion, takes us within 1 win, I think, of top 4. So yeah, a massive, massive game once again for Thomas Tuchel, who can seem to lose in these big games, touch wood, because I might have jinxed it now for the Champions League and FA Cup finals. But nevertheless, honestly, we are going places under Thomas Tuchel. We looked like a dangerous, dangerous team, and especially in the second half, I think to the last half an hour, once City started to kind of tire out defensively, we really, really did well. We dominated the game in terms of the last 30 minutes in terms of creating chances. It's starting to click for us going forward, like it didn't in the first few months. Of course, we had a lot of 0-0 draws in games where we just couldn't break down our opposing teams, but that seems to be clicking now, and it seems that we're actually scoring goals now. So yeah, massive, massive win once again, and a brilliant performance overall. And yeah, as I said, in terms of the lineups, I mean, Billy Gilmour, I think that pretty much dispels the myth that Thomas Tuchel doesn't have faith in these young players and doesn't want them to succeed, because Billy Gilmour had no right to play in this match. Thomas Tuchel did not have, there was plenty of excuses for Billy Gilmour not to play in this match. He could have brought Mason Mount back into midfield, even though of course Mason Mount was, you know, worthy of a rest overall, for given how good he's been since Thomas Tuchel has arrived and overall this season as a whole. He could have easily played Jorginho and said, you know what, it won't be the end of the world if Jorginho plays this 90 minutes, but the fact that Billy Gilmour played the whole entire 90 minutes as well, as I said, there was a lot of excuses why Billy Gilmour might not have played today, and honestly, full faith of Thomas Tuchel, because once again, Billy Gilmour was unbelievable. So good on the ball, so good on the tackle, such a good reader of the game, has a really good football brain, and yeah, once again, a really good performance from him. He's only going to get better. What a young talent Billy Gilmour is, and yeah, massive, massive, you know, credit to Thomas Tuchel for actually trusting in Billy Gilmour and giving him the full 90 minutes against a team who, of course, had to win the league with a win today. So yeah, massive, massive positives there. But yeah, not gonna lie, I think City were a bit hard done by Anthony Taylor, and to be honest, I think we were as well, because in the first half, Raheem Sterling, you could argue, could have been sent off for a foul on Timo Werner, which, you know, he kind of, in terms of the rule book, especially in modern day football, you could say is potentially a red card. I think City at the same time had their bit of, you know, unluck as well, because I really think they should have had a penalty with like 2 minutes to go. Kurt Zouma with some clumsy defending, and Zouma really couldn't get off the mark today. He looked really, really shaky when he came on for Christensen, but somehow we managed to get over the line with a 2-1 win at the Etihad. It felt like 2016-17 vibes at the Etihad when, you know, Diego Costa, Eden Hazard, and who scored the other one? Willian, of course, scored the second one. And yeah, honestly, now it sets up really, really nicely for this Champions League final in Istanbul, or it could be played in England, but wherever it is, it's going to set up for a really interesting Champions League final, even though I don't think it'll be that open, because I think it'll be two sides that don't really want to give too much away and don't want to concede a goal first of all, because it's such a big occasion. And yeah, it's going to set up really nicely, because can we make it the treble over Pep Guardiola's Manchester City? Of course, this result actually makes me a little bit more nervous in a certain extent, which is a bit random, but you know, it's the law of averages does tend to tell you that City will actually go and win that one, but nevertheless, we're going to ignore the law of averages, because so far in his Chelsea career, Thomas Tuchel has completely defied the law of averages overall, I think it's fair to say. So yeah, massive positives overall, and I think that's where we're going to end this video, because I don't think there's much else I can say in this video regarding this matter, because I need to take a breath. There was so much to, you know, just get out of my chest on this video, because it was such a mental game overall of football, but nevertheless, huge positives. I'm so proud of this club at this moment in time. Thomas Tuchel deserves whatever he wants in the summer in terms of, you know, bringing players in, even though I don't think we need that much. But yeah, massive positives to, you know, signal that this Thomas Tuchel team is only going to get better over the years. And yeah, that's where we're going to leave this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like, make sure to comment down below your thoughts on this Chelsea team and how this game panned out in general, because I'm really interested to see what you guys think on this game. Also, I want to say thank you very much for 1.6k subscribers, but we don't stop there. We now want to hit 1.7k subscribers on this channel as soon as you possibly can. So if you were to hit that subscribe button, it would be massively appreciated by myself. And yeah, that's where we're going to end this video, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and see ya.